in here, y'all not just scrolling past and you want to talk about how to lose weight, how to keep weight off, because it's one thing of losing it, it's one thing of changing the way you eat, but it's another thing of staying with that change and keeping the weight off. And so if you are trying to lose weight and you suffer from insulin resistance, PCOS, pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, this is the live for you. If you are trying to make lasting changes in your health journey, because we all have a health journey. Some people want to look this certain way because let's be realistic. I mean, let's be for real, not realistic. Let's be for real. It's 2000 going into 2025. And we all have ways that we want to look, whether it's something that we see on social media or whether we have looked at old pictures and we like, I remember looking like this and I was the most confident person ever and I would love to be this weight again. So we have our vanity reasons of why, and then we also have our deeper reasons of why, whether that being I want to be here for my family, you know, like, because I know as this get worse, this can go to me being unalived. I know that there's more meant for me. I want to be able to enjoy life to the fullest extent. My quality of life has been reduced due to my health issues. And I know if my health was improved, then my quality of life will be better. So you guys, it most of the time it's a combination of both. But I would say what really keeps us going is that second thing. That real meaning of why really keeps us motivated, really keeps us from trying again when we feel like giving up, because we are so used to putting ourselves to the back burner. And so if we don't get to hit that target of vanity, our mind, how it works is like we've always been used to putting ourselves on the bottom of the priority list. Like ourselves may not even be on a priority list at all. And so I want to lose 20 pounds without having a real why of that, or I want to lose 40, 50, 60, 100 pounds without having like that second meaning of that why, it fades away. So right now, like, I have had coaching calls, free insulin resistant, insulin insight calls all day. I usually come on here on live on TikTok. If you guys are watching this replay on YouTube, but I usually come on here on live at like 9 something in the morning, but I've been preparing for calls all morning. Like, I've been jumping off of one call and getting on to another call. Some calls ran a little bit over, and so, but that's all fine because I like to leave those calls and for you to leave with a little, okay, I can do this. This is doable. Because I feel like when we go visit the doctor, most of us have left the doctor feeling so overwhelmed, so like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to change every single thing. So basically, you're telling me that the person that I am is horrible, not what I'm doing, because it's what you're telling me that I have to change is completely different from the person I am, you know, naturally. And so that's how we usually leave the doctor feeling overwhelmed, feeling like a huge self-esteem hit and all of that. And so one of my calls today with a lovely lady. So if you guys are worried about or wondering what am I talking about, if you go to the link in my bio, I have something called free insulin insight calls. These calls are about 30 minutes. Sometimes they run a little bit over, like I said, which is fine. I love to talk. And so sometimes I can talk. Sometimes I just want you to get it all out and, you know, complete your full sentence and your full thought. Because I feel like a lot of stuff we bottle in, we want to be the strong person, because a lot of us are the strong person in our family. We are the person that everybody relies on. We are the person that everybody goes to for their problem solving things. And so with that, we have developed a sensitivity with being vulnerable and being real with ourselves and expressing our real deep feelings. We have been made to be completely unrealistically optimistic, positive, and downplay the way we feel in our troubles because of just who we have had to be in our lives. And so these calls are 100% free. Now, is a $5 refundable deposit. I'm not even about to explain to y'all why that $5 is. It's $5. Like, and you getting it back. We're not even about to go through that. So book the call, and let's talk. Like, what I'm noticing is everybody who I've had a call with. So now I feel a little bit confident in myself. And everybody who I have had a call with, I have seen changes in their health. And these are 100% calls, free calls. These ain't even the calls that are the coaching part. But I have seen changes. And so house cleaning, let's say we got the calls. What else is house cleaning? We have the new 4-week challenge coming out. Thank you so much for the follow, coming out November 15th. So if you don't want to worry about marking your calendars and all of that, we got a busy life. Just go ahead, click the link in my bio. You can join the wait list, and then as soon as that comes live, I'll send it to you because you're already on the wait list. And you don't have to worry about checking back in. Also, you guys, I am working on a cookbook, and so that's going to come out in December. It might be around Christmas time. I'm working on it, working out the kinks of the recipes, and so feel free to comment down below if you are watching a replay of this on YouTube on recipes that need to be in this book. If you are here watching me on live, comment what recipes that you need. And so I want y'all to be real. Like, this is not the avocado toast and the baked chicken breast and the sauteed vegetables and the egg whites with a little bit of spinach. This is not that kind of cookbook. We are being real in this cookbook. If you like gumbo, now I ain't never made gumbo, but if you like it, in this cookbook, I'm going to show a different way on how you can make this gumbo lower glycemic. If you are a person who like pancakes, eggs, cheese, and all of that stuff, grits in the morning, which is going to spike your insulin all the way up, I need you to put that in the comment section so I know how to make a great breakfast version or items that are a great substitute for what you are used to. Right now, like I said, I'm working on it. So right now in my oven, I'm at home, y'all. In my oven, I have some lower glycemic brownies that are getting made. They are 100% sugar free. And so I'm making these brownies. I'm gonna see how they taste. I'm gonna taste them out. I'm gonna see what I need to tweak. If they're great, if they're brownieing, if they get that chocolate punch, then they will be in the cookbook. And so I am excited. Like, give me some challenges. This is what I actually love to do this. I love to do this. Like, I love to be creative. Now, don't be realistic. Be realistic. But I love to be creative. And so I love to be not creative. I love to be creative, but I love to be challenged a little bit. And so if there's an item that you are like, this is the item that I go to, this is the item that's my kryptonite, like, I know if I didn't have to have this, like, then my sugar will be a lot better and my insulin resistance will be a lot better. Comment those things. If you are watching this on YouTube live, comment those things. And so I would love like even some drinks. If you guys do drinks, I have more stuff coming down the pipeline when it is regarding like drinks and different things like that. But let me know. When I say drinks, I mean like Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, you know, like those type of things. Comment down below if these are the kind of things that whatever you really need to have, 80% of the time, where you know this is a food that I have 80% of the time. Because you guys, if you've watched any of my lives, you know I talk a lot about what you do 80% of the time is really what makes the impact. It's not what you do 100% of the time. And so think about, what do you eat 80% of the time that you know is spiking your insulin levels high? Comment that down below. Comment that down. Comment that in the TikTok. And then that will be, if I can, you know, do my little thing, it will be featured in the cookbook. So I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. So that's the housekeeping stuff. Like I said, I wasn't going to be on here long. My batteries already went down 5% just for me doing that. And so I wanted to come on here and talk about the dreaded lifestyle change. The dreaded eating habits. Because, like, seriously, you really don't have to work out. You really don't have to move at all. Like, you can really just change what you eat and you will still lose weight. Now, working out helps when it comes to your lung health, just your overall, like, stamina, the way your body shapes as you're losing weight. Skin elasticity, not having all that flabby, loose skin, and just being able to exercise your joints and your muscles and your bones and all of that. That's what exercise is really for. Building up your lung endurance, like, that's what exercise is really for. So you really don't have to exercise to lose any type of weight. It really is what you eat. And so, what was I saying that before? What was I saying that for? I was saying that to say, because we talk about the dreaded lifestyle change. If you've been to the doctor and you have insulin resistance, PCOS, type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, they say, you know, you need to make a lifestyle change. Or we have pills for you. But even with the pills, you need to make a lifestyle change. And you ask them, well, what do I need to do? Like, because doctor, like, this is serious. You know, this is in my family. I have seen my people pass away from this. I have seen, you know, just in my, you know, family, I've seen people have get their like limbs start to get amputated because of diabetes. Like, I've seen a lot in my family when it goes to diabetes. And so that's like the scary thought that we have. Thank you so much for the likes. That's like the scary thought we have in our mind of why we're trying to reverse this, because we're trying to be here. And so we asked the doctor, what do we need to do? Like, what is the lifestyle change? And so the doctor say, hey, well, first of all, you need to stop eating sugar. You need to cut out fast food out of your life. You need to stop eating processed foods. You need to stop having desserts. You need to work out. You need to cut back on your fats. You need to stop having fried food. You need to, like, y'all can listen to comments down below or here live on TikTok what the doctor said that you need to stop doing. The list is long. The list is long. And so you usually the doctor way overwhelmed. It just seems, you know, very unrealistic. It seems like they just told you to climb Mount Everest, and you like, okay, I don't think I could ever cut out all of that, so why even start? I'll try something, but then it don't stick because you've literally cut everything out of your life that they just said cut, and it doesn't really last that long. You working out, you're doing all this stuff, so you went from what's it called? Like, you went from basically not even really moving that much or doing a scheduled, like, kind of movement or exercise routine. You went from not even knowing what you was going to eat for the day to, like, hurrying up and having to grab something quick because your life is hectic. You went from all of that to now doing all of this, like, crazy, like, jump. And so what I would say, because like I told you, I wasn't going to be on here long. I would say today, This is the number one way on how to make an effective change. I'm not talking about how to make the change like the doctor says. Follow your doctor's orders. Do as them what you will. I'm not saying all of this, what I'm saying is completely what you would consider healthy. But what I am saying, and what I'm 100% confident in, is what I'm saying is optimal. Optimal. And what is optimal is what's more effective. We don't consume or overconsume or have different eating habits based on not knowing what's healthy for us and what's not healthy for us. I mean, a quick Google search, like even if like I've posted something and you like, I didn't know that about bananas, or I didn't know that about fruit, or I didn't know that about fructose, or I didn't know that about, insulin. Like this is your first time coming across my channel or seeing my things. You might say like, no, like the information you're telling me, like I never knew about this stuff. Like this is new things. Like I'm going to start implementing this stuff. Like I never knew about this stuff. Okay, so you gained the information. If you've been following me for a minute, how many of y'all drank y'all fiber today? How many had y'all fiber today? You followed me for a minute, how many of y'all had y'all fiber today? You been following me for a minute, how many of y'all done had y'all 15, 30, 45 minute hour walk today? So it's not about information. Information helps, and you can apply information and you can 100% see results. So I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is what overrides information is human behavior. I can know 100% what I shouldn't do and still do it. I can know 100% what I should be doing. 100%. I know exactly what I should be doing and still procrastinate and not do it. Say, I'll get to it tomorrow. Then tomorrow never comes. So it's not really about knowing or not knowing. The number one way to really make a lifestyle change is to focus on the human behavior. And so if you guys is about to like start searching and get information on the human behavior, y'all better start Googling, I need to change human behavior. What's human behavior? Start texting, let me give you this. And so I just cut out all the research for you because it's going to take you down a whole rabbit hole, like really like human behavior. I've read, I don't know, maybe over 30 books, and I've watched documentaries and podcasts and like all of this stuff. Like I would say 30 books, but it has been more because I love to study human behavior. And so studying human behavior, if you guys have ever read the book Atomic Habits, let me know, because Atomic Habits are based on human behavior. But to make a real lifestyle change, sorry, my nose is itching. To make a real lifestyle change, I want you to focus on what is 1% better than what you are doing today. Let me give you an example. Okay, so prior, I was a person who yo-yo dieted. I tried every fad diet out there. You guys, if you watched any of my videos, I always talk about this. I've done the keto a couple of times. I've done OMAD. I was vegan for 3 years. I've done the egg diet. I've done the cabbage soup diet. I've done all of these diets, and they will last, maybe for 30 to 45 days, and then I will break, and I will start binge eating. because I would go from like eating like just how I normally eat to now doing this one thing. Like, so for instance, keto, I would go from eating pasta and bread and everything with every single meal to then I would go to not consuming anything that was carb related, and I would go keto. Okay, then I will break, be it emotional trigger, be it just a rough day, whatever the case is. I will break, and then I will binge. I ain't had bread in so long, I'm about to make me a whole thing of bread. I ain't had pasta, like I just made a thing of spaghetti before I know it. Like I literally ate the whole family size spaghetti, and I was supposed to have leftovers for tomorrow for my kids, but they ate dinner. I went down to try to make me a little plate too, and then they went to sleep, and before you know it, the whole thing was gone because I ate it. And so yeah, I ate it. Wow. And so I would start feeling like guilty because now my stomach hurts, I'm bloated, the whole thing of a vibe. This probably sound familiar to y'all. Y'all let me know if this can sound familiar. And so I would say, okay, you already ate. I would punish myself and I would go on a fast. And so I would fast for 24, 48, whatever hours. I'm not doing nothing but drinking water because I already ate so much. So then I would start feeling like, during this fast, I would start feeling like crap, you know, just feeling horrible. Not like mentally me feeling bad about myself, but I would feel bad about myself too, but I would feel like dizzy, I would feel lightheaded, all of this stuff. I didn't know at the time. Now my blood sugar was dropping too low. Now I know that was very dangerous and I should not have done that. So you never, like, I don't believe in extended fasting. Extended fasting is anything 24 hours or more. And so I will go in this constant cycle. I'm gonna get a name for this cycle soon. But I'll go into this cycle. And now I know that this cycle was because this wasn't a 1% change. This was a huge leap. 70% change. Like, this was a huge leap. And so 1% change. Let me give it to you. Like I said, you ain't gotta, let's focus on the food, because if you focus on the food, your workouts is gonna be even more great if you focus on this part. So let's focus on the food. We can talk about the workout too, but food. You like fried food? Air fry it. I know. You like fried food? Oven fry it. I love oven fried because I can still drizzle a little oil on there, but it's not like deep frying something. And you know what? One day out the week, have it your original way. You're not cutting it out of your life forever. Just, you're doing something beneficial 80% of the time. Okay, let's do another 1%. You like cake. How much cake you eat? Do you eat cake every day? Do you have to have a dessert after every single meal? If you have to have a dessert after every single meal, can you find something that is labeled sugar-free? Can you eat a sugar-free pudding? Can you eat, like, just find a dessert that's sugar-free or diabetic friendly 6 times out of the week? And then that 1 time out of the week, you're going to eat your regular dessert. Can you do that? So you still had a dessert. It just was a sugar-free dessert. And then on that 1 time out the week, you ate the regular dessert. How you like it. Like, that has a lot of sugar in it. Let's see another 1% change. Because this is the thing. I really want you guys to stop. This is what I'm here for. To really change this, to help you do a mindset shift of getting out of this I need results today to I need to build long-term habits, because me focusing on the fast results and the fast changes makes me go through a relapse stage and going back into my old habits faster, versus yeah, this lifestyle change is longer, and people are saying, hey, like, you're diabetic, you shouldn't be worried about anything sweet, whether it's sugar free or not. Yeah, that's true, but for the past 40 years of my life, I've been eating this dessert after every single meal. It's not going to happen overnight, but I'm choosing a different option. I'm choosing a healthier version of this option. And so, to not go through all the different foods, if you guys want me to do a video of that, 1%, I'll do a 1% video on foods. Let me know, and I will do a 1% video. And so, I don't want you to see like healthy, a banana. Let's use something, you know, a banana is a fruit, but banana is not a low glycemic vegetable. Can we go from a banana to a cup of strawberries? They're lower glycemic versus a banana. Can we do a couple of berries? Can we do a couple of mixed berries versus the banana? So I think the index of a banana is like, I don't know, you guys. I don't know, but it's higher. I think it'll make you go like 23 or 24 point. I don't know. Don't get me to lying on here. But I know the berries is like half of what the banana is. Okay, so that's 1%. It's still a fruit, but it's just a different type of fruit. I didn't tell you to cut fruit out of your life completely, because that's not 1%. If you are used to starting your morning off with fruit, can we just choose what fruit that you eat? Eventually, we may get to you not having no fruit. But today, let's just change the fruit. If you are a person who like a sweet after every single meal, let's not say cut out having a dessert after every single meal and you need to just drink water. Can we say, hey, choose a sugar-free dessert or a lower sugar dessert? Preferably, I would say sugar-free dessert. Or you can start making a more sugar-free dessert, whether it's like some Greek yogurt with some berries, drizzled with some type of sugar-free like chocolate chips, melt them down, drizzle it over, and now you got some type of like taste of dessert. So that's what I really want you guys to focus on when it comes to food. Is like one of the insulin calls I had today, I had told the lovely, hey, if you start a morning off with a breakfast sandwich, can we just take off the top bun? You can still have a breakfast sandwich. It's a processed food, we know. But can we just take off the top bun? Eventually, we will want you to probably make your own breakfast sandwiches, and then you'll have like a replacement that's lower glycemic for the bun, and you'll have a complete, healthy, low glycemic food, you know, that you're eating wrapped in lettuce. That's a huge jump. Give me that bread. I want to feel the bread. I want to feel my teeth sinking in the bread. And so I think it's easier for our brains, because this is human behavior. And that's what's optimal. It's not the what's healthy informational. Human behavior won't react as bad, and that's like making you have that relapse and going back to what the habits you used to go back to. If you say, hey, I'm going to give you bread, but I'm only going to give you the bottom half of the bread. It's smaller, and it's not both pieces. So don't you think human behavior or your brain will say, hey, I'm still eating bread, instead of, why did I just bite into some freaking lettuce? Why did I just bite this burger with lettuce wrapped in it? Like wrapped on it. Why? And so it stops you from having that urge to quit. It actually starts your brain thinking like, how can I make this lower glycemic and still have it? How can I make this less sugar? How can I help this, let this, not spike my insulin as high and still have it? And then I want you to have fiber every single day, because fiber is the bodyguard. So fiber is going to say, hey, this glucose all doesn't get to go to your bloodstream at one time. You have fiber in your system, and now so this glucose gets to go at a steady pace to keep your insulin levels stable. So they're going to spike because that's what your body is supposed to do. But your insulin levels are going to go back stable because that's what fiber is going to help do. And then if you're on medication, it's going to help it even more. I don't fight against medication. I hope one day you don't need it. But if you take it, like, follow your doctor's orders. And so, yeah, it's going to go back stable. And then the fiber is in your body, so it's going to say, okay, we can have a little bit more sugar. And so now you'll kind of get that kind of, thing throughout the day. Instead of your glucose going extremely high, and now it's high for the rest of the day, and you feel like crap. You dizzy, you're fatigued, you feel like you need to take a nap, you're drowsy, like all of these things because your insulin is so high and your blood sugar is so high throughout the whole day. And so that's what I want you guys to focus on, is just that 1% change. It's not about what's the healthiest thing you could do. It's about what is the most effective and optimal thing you can do. Yes, we will hope to be able one day to meal prep all of our meals and to know this and that and know every information about our bodies and all of this stuff. Like, I'm telling you this from a person for the past 15 years have dealt with insulin resistance. For the past 10 years have been over 230 pounds. The highest weight I ever had, I don't know, but recorded was 252 pounds because I refused to get on the scale before then. I just was so heavy. And I did not look like myself. So it wasn't about just the weight. It was about I didn't recognize myself. And so this is coming from a person who did all of that, learned that no, insulin resistance just doesn't affect the things you thought it affected. And now it's having you to get undiagnosed PCOS, be a pre-diabetic, and have this weight that you cannot get rid of. And so it was me learning about this, and that's why now I have lost 45 pounds and counting. So I've been able to keep this weight off. I'm constantly losing weight. I go, work out sometime, and sometimes I don't. I need to get more strict with that because now I'm getting into a different zone of what my fat percentage is. And so now it's time for me to incorporate a little bit of strength training and things like that. But at the beginning stages, no, I did not need to do that. So I went from a person who would sit down a whole 8 hours and just constantly be laying down. The only time I would get up is to make my kids something to eat, and I would go lay back down. I would watch TV. I would scroll on my phone. I would do this all day long. I would watch TV with my kids. I might go downstairs. I would sit downstairs, fold clothes, and put them in a bucket. I might go up the stairs to go have the kids to go put up the clothes, or I might call the kids down to put up the clothes. But when I looked at my daily movement, it really wasn't that much, like how much I was actually standing up. So I went from a person who did that to a person who said, I'm about to be in the gym for 2 hours a day. I'm about to walk 10,000 steps. I'm about to do all of this stuff. That was not 1%. That was a huge leap. And that's why I couldn't stay consistent in that, because I was hurting my knees, my hips. Like, my hips will hurt so bad for me doing that. I would get up and I could just feel my hips. I would be limping because my hips and my knees and all of that stuff will hurt so bad. And like, my family would be like, why are you walking like that, girl? And it's because I had put so much pressure on myself. I went walking for 2.5 hours. Like, all of this stuff from being a person who was basically not even moving that much. That wasn't a 1% change. That was like a 70-80% change, or maybe even possibly more. So I want you just to focus on what is your 1% change. What do you do today? Like, be realistic with yourself. Like I said, I know that we are usually the strong person in our family. We're usually the person that people rely on. We're usually the person who can't sit and think negative for too long, or something that we call negative. We can't sit and really reflect on ourselves for too long because we have so many responsibilities to do. And so, and also we can be very, I call it toxic optimism. We can be very positive and be optimist on what we're doing. So we could be like, hey, tomorrow I'm about to start meal prepping. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. I'm about to do that. Or you know what? I do eat healthy. Like, I just had a salad for lunch today and I ate healthy. But what did you eat from 11 p.m. to 12 p.m.? We ain't even gonna say that. Like, we gonna block that out. And so this is to yourself. You're not displaying this on live. Nobody knows. But I need you to know. Write down in your notes in a book, what is your 80% of the time you do? How do you eat and how do you move around 80% of the time? Drink, like even when it comes to drinking alcohol. So 80% of the time is about 5 to 6 days out the week. 5 to 6 days out the week, how do you eat? Are you a person who's on the go, so it's more convenient foods where you stopping at a lot of fast food? Like, write that down with yourself. Then I want you to focus on the 1% change. I want you to beat the urge to say, hey, I see results now just by doing this 1%. I'm about to do 2% now. Like, why would I do 1% if I did like 10 or 15% next week? This weight will go off faster. Everything will go off faster. I need you to beat the urge of that. It's going to be hard to beat that urge, but I need you to beat the. How's my brownies done? Sorry, y'all. Like I told y'all that I'm cooking these lower glycemic brownies. I'm focusing on this cookbook for y'all. I'm like, is my brownies done? So, because I've been on here for a minute. So, what I was saying, 1%. You know what your life looks like now, what your lifestyle looks like now. Be realistic on what is your 1% change. If you are a person who really eat fast food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, your 1% change is, I'm about to cook all my meals from home and I'm cutting out fast food. No, your 1% change is probably, I'm either going to just not eat the bun on the fast food, or maybe one meal out the day, I'm not going to eat that fast food. Or I'm just going to see how can I make the fast food that I eat lower glycemic. And so if I get a large fry, I'm going to start getting small fries. Like if I get I don't know, the Starbucks drink, Grande, Venti, or whatever, like the largest one, I'm going to get a small. And so when I go to Starbucks, I get a small. I still have Starbucks, but I don't need y'all biggest thing. That's a 1% change. A 1% change is not saying I'm not going to have this thing at all. And so if you guys are in my challenge, I did a revamp, and the revamp of it is 100% free. It'll be coming out on November 15th. That's a challenge. And so it does do a leap. But on your day-to-day life, if you're doing this right now, your 1% leap is to go small. So just bring it down. Bring the large fry down to a small. Bring your large drink down to a small. Bring the burger down to just I'm just eat the bottom bun. That's your 1%. So I hope that this helped you. I hope that this helps you with the term lifestyle change, because that term means something different to everybody. I said stuff about fast food, but you might not be a fast food eater. You might cook at home. So if you do like things with pasta, can you make the meat separate? Take your meat and put that in a bowl. Make sure you have a nice bit of that meat, because maybe the rest of it you're going to feed to your family or whatever. You're going to blend it all together. But now when you go get pasta noodles out of the pot, you just taking a little bit of pasta noodles just so you can still have the noodle bite, but you still have meat. So now you have more protein. Instead of now having to consume all of these carbs to get enough protein, you're now knowing that you're getting enough protein and you can control the amount of carbs you have. So it's all about control. I mean, I had to be honest with myself that I'm a little bit controlling. And so if I'm going to be controlling, let me take on this label completely and be able to control everything that I put in my body as well. And so I hope that this helped y'all in some type of way. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Until next time, I love y'all. Y'all got this. I promise. Like, I'm expecting transformations. I don't know what y'all came to do, but I lost 45 pounds and counting. That's cool and all, but I'm ready for y'all transformations. Like, that's what I'm excited for. I'm not even excited for me no more. I'm cool. I'm excited for y'all. So till next time, y'all, I love y'all. Bye.